After I came here, everything changed.
Action!
Girls Voices Initiative designed the Girl Nation project as a social impact film project targeting female undergraduates in public universities with technical filmmaking skills and working with them to produce compelling stories around critical social issues affecting adolescent girls and women in Nigerian society.
Working with the cameras, having to make a film was not something I saw myself doing.
I don't know what directing was all about, but when I joined Girl Nation, I learned it.
We are very much convinced that a great part of the challenges of Nigeria today will be fixed, will be solved by the Nigerian women.
Now, the Girl Nation program took a shift to engage a new group of beneficiaries, and this time we moved from engaging female undergraduates in public universities to engaging women within the film industry. It's exciting for us to be engaging on this collaboration with filmmaking groups, guilds and associations both in Abuja and in Kano State, which has given us an opportunity to engage not only actors within the Nollywood industry, but also actors within the famous Kannywood industry in Kano State.
I wasn't happy about the way the directing of movies in Kannywood is going on. But when they came, I understand that, okay, this thing is very good and is simple.
So these women had to go through the intensive training from script writing through to editing, and they had to produce a short film at the end of the training process so that they can have that hands-on experience of actually bringing all they've learned in the classroom into a story that they have to produce for audience to experience and engage with.
Going from the first stage of storytelling, from creating stories, to pre-production, production, post-production and distribution, all this, I have been able to learn to do them properly this time around. And I am so grateful to this opportunity because right now I feel more empowered to keep telling the stories of women and of course other stories that I have passion to telling.
This training actually motivated me. It actually pushed me out of my shell because I've been in a shell, but this training brought me out of that shell. It made me realize that I can do it.
I can be in a space right now confidently and introduce myself as a filmmaker, a female filmmaker, because I have learned.
My interest has always been in sound and the camera. And I can proudly say, for sound, I can conveniently record sound. I can even create sound.
We were asked to choose which unit we wanted to be in, whether directing, whether cinematography, whether sound. And the beauty of that, even before we got to choose, we got to learn everything about filmmaking, everything. So if you ask me today, I know details on sound, I know details on cinematography, I know details on editing, I know details on acting, I know details on lighting, I know details on directing, which is something I have always wanted. Like, I am from the North, and the North, we do not have female directors, we do not have female cinematographers, we do not have a lot of this. In short, as a matter of fact, in Nigeria, we have just a few. It's a big gap. It's a big gap. But with what Girl Nation is doing, with what they're doing, we are actually going to make an impact. We're actually going to start closing the gap.
Next, the Girl Nation program focused around civic engagement with different stakeholders and launched the first ever Women's International Film Festival Nigeria, WIFIN. We started out with the civic engagements because the beneficiaries of the Girl Nation program have gone on to produce this amazing short film and documentary productions that we've been screening in various communities. And we targeted local communities with a screening to mobilize action towards the 16 days of activism on ending violence against girls and women. We had adolescent girls and young women have informal conversations around issues of gender-based violence within the community. We had the girls actually mobilize leaders, among them who we have named the Girl Action Group, who stand as first responders, connecting their community people with immediate services in instances of gender-based violence. So they are providing access to police hotlines, access to medical checkup, access to organizations providing pro bono services. So for us, this is an opportunity for the films that these beneficiaries have produced to continue to create sort of a ripple effect within the communities, triggering the change that we want to see. And really excitingly, we had the first ever Women's International Film Festival, Nigeria WIFIN, which was for us a project to sort of give back because we have really wonderful International Film Festival selections that beneficiaries of the Girl Nation program have received from all around the world. Toronto Women International Film Festival, Los Angeles Women International Film Festival. The list goes on and on. And for us, we wanted an opportunity for our beneficiaries to also experience what it's like to power a festival, to be able to give an opportunity to other women filmmakers to have that experience of their films not only being selected, but being able to screen and reach audiences that they ordinarily will not have access to. So the Women's International Film Festival launched on the 4th and 5th of March 2022. It's not only the first of its kind in Nigeria, but the first of its kind in West Africa. And I dare say in Africa, at least on the scale that it held.
Through one of its programs, the Embassy of France is extremely proud to support this very unique festival that brings together films that are produced or directed by women from around the world. The WIFIN team has done an incredible job to make this first edition happen. It has received more than 3,000 films produced by women from 132 countries in the world. That's awesome. And I must say that I was also very pleased to learn that French talents also participated and are represented in this festival with no less than 122 films originating from France.
The Women International Film Festival, wow, was a festival as a filmmaker that I've never experienced before. I've attended different film festivals, but this was different.
WIFIN was an avenue where it was proven that, listen, women had been underestimated and women are rising. I walked into Oscars, you see, I walked into WIFIN and I thought that I was not in Nigeria. I was in a film festival far away from Nigeria.
We have supported since 2019 Girls' Voices Initiative in promoting women in film and social impact filmmaking to champion advocacy for girls and women's rights. The French Embassy is therefore a very proud partner of Girls' Voices Initiative, and today more than ever.
The Embassy of France is really pleased to support Girls' Voices Initiative to implement the Girl Nation project. And I would really like to congratulate you, Caroline Seaman, and your staff for your wonderful work.
The Girl Nation program has this unique opportunity to power the first ever National Female Filmmakers Congress, which is another first of its kind. This is a convening of female filmmakers across the country for some in-depth conversations and opportunities to network, to build expertise, to some level, sort of get ideas around how to upskill and improve our level of performance as women filmmakers in the industry.
Shooting on that particular film, we had popular actors that came and they were actually impressed with work, because most of the things we did, they didn't actually know it, even after years and years of shooting.
I want to say a very big thank you to the French Embassy and Girls' Voices Initiative for this opportunity. If it wasn't for them, a philosophy student like me wouldn't have had any knowledge of filmmaking.
When I saw my pictures, some of the pictures was posted online, I was just proud of myself. I was really proud. And who gave me that opportunity? Girl Nation gave me that opportunity.
I've learned a lot because I know that if I see a mistake, I'll be able to correct it now in the film industry. Can you, to be precise?
Who says that girls cannot learn how to make films? I have learned here with Girl Nation, and I can make films.